In this video, we will show you how to file an International Fuel Tax Agreement, IFTA, Quarterly Fuel Use Tax Return. We protect all the confidential information you provide to us. First, go to the website cdtfa.ca.gov and at the top, click on Login. That will take you to the Online Services Login page. You must log in with a username and password. For assistance with creating a username and password, please watch our tutorials online. On the CDTFA Online Services Login page, we will enter our username and password, then click Login. On the Online Services Profile page, under the Accounts tab, we will click on the IFTA Carrier Tax hyperlink. This will take us to the IFTA Carrier Tax Account page. Under the Periods tab, click on the return period for which you would like to file. In our example, we will file for the second quarter 2019 period, which is displayed by its return end date of June 30th, 2019. Please note only one return is required for your entire IFTA fleet. You do not need to file separate returns for each vehicle. We will begin by answering the question, are you filing no operations returns? If you did not operate your truck during this period, you will answer yes. In our example, our truck operated during this period, and we will select No, and then click on Next. On the Non-IFTA question page, if your truck traveled through non-IFTA jurisdictions, you must report it by selecting Yes and provide additional information. In our example, we did not travel through any non-IFTA jurisdictions. We will select No and then click on Next. On the X-Tax Gallons page, you can report any tax on fuel that was not paid at the time of purchase. Some examples are gas purchased on an Indian reservation, dyed fuel, and farm fuel. Additionally, if you have any missing receipts on tax-paid fuel, you must enter it here. In our example, we paid tax on all of our fuel at the time of purchase. We will select No and then click on Next. On the Jurisdiction Details page, we have a new feature that will allow you to upload your jurisdiction schedule by using our Excel template. However, in our example, we will demonstrate how to complete your jurisdiction details by completing the table. To begin, we will answer No to the Uploading a Jurisdiction Schedule question. Your jurisdiction will pre-populate the information from your previously filed return into the table. If this is your first return, your jurisdiction will pre-populate the information provided from your registration. Under the Total Miles and Tax Paid Gallon header, click on the empty box below to enter your transaction. For total miles, enter the total miles traveled in each jurisdiction for each fuel type. You should combine and include all miles traveled for all qualified motor vehicles in your IFTA fleet. Report all miles traveled, whether miles are taxable or non-taxable. Information on what is considered non-taxable and other exemptions that may be taken in each jurisdiction can be viewed on the IFTA Incorporated website. Tax-paid gallons. Enter the total number of tax-paid gallons of fuel placed in the fuel tank by jurisdiction for each fuel type. You should include all tax-paid gallons for all qualified motor vehicles in your IFTA fleet. Only include fuel where tax was collected and you have a valid fuel receipt. Oregon fuel should be included even though tax was not collected at the pump. In the tax-paid gallons column, do not include diesel exhaust fuel or DEF, or reefer, and other fuels that are not placed into the tank that powers the vehicle. If you need to add a jurisdiction, under the Jurisdiction header, click on the last empty box in the column. To delete a jurisdiction, click on the X next to the corresponding jurisdiction. Once we complete the table, we will click on Next to proceed. Please note that your total fleet miles per gallon must be between the ranges of 2 and 8. To determine this value, divide your total miles by your total tax paid gallon. On the miles per gallon calculation page, review the system calculation and ensure accuracy. If everything looks correct, click on Next. On the jurisdiction summary, review the information displayed. Any rates reflected in this example are for illustration purposes only. Please visit our website for current rates at cdtfa.ca.gov. If corrections need to be made, click on the Previous button to return to the applicable pages to edit information. If everything is correct, click on Next to proceed. On the summary page, the system will display the total balance or credit due. Please review and make sure everything is correct. If you need to make an adjustment, click Previous. To print a draft of your return prior to submission, click on the Save Draft button below. If the information displayed on the page is correct, click Next. Enter your required information and click Submit. When you click Submit, a window will appear to confirm your intent to file electronically and that your return is true, correct, and complete. Please read the information carefully. Enter your password and click OK to submit. This will serve as your authorization and confirmation. You will not receive a confirmation email. This confirmation page represents a return filing only. Please take note of your confirmation number and the total amount due. We recommend that you print this page for future reference. To make an electronic payment, click on the Make a Payment button. To print your submitted return, click on the Print Return button. If you have questions, please call our Customer Service Center at 1-800-400-7115. California Relay Service at 711.